Hello again!
Hello. Welcome to the show.
It's a wonderful day.
Today's date is May 24th, 1998.
2023.
We're recording from the past. So how's everybody doing? Has it been a good time since the last time?
It is awesome.
It's been a good time.
Yep. We're eating indoors again.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Emperor Newsom has allowed us once again to eat inside of our restaurants.
He's graced us with all of his not laws to do things that we would be doing normally anyway that we did without permission before it was allowed.
Many thank yous, Emperor Newsom.
And
Thank you.
And being praised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so good.
I would like to add that he released many a press conference saying how everything's opening up and just looking just awesome when we had enough signatures to recall him.
Yeah, his attitude changed a whole bunch.
I would love to say that all of a sudden you could count them on the news how fast there was like guys look how opening, there's no more infections. I mean we're really a model for basically the planet Earth. I mean if you could take one example of somebody who's run their state, I would say into the ground and is now real. I mean, it's flourishing now, guys. Like, why would we want to end this? Like, basically, Pax Utopia. You know, like what? Why would we do that now? And we're like, because you shut down the sixth largest economy in the world for like not
like a year.
Yeah, but people are getting sick. Okay, those people should stay home. Like, it's like taking the risk when you go out to drive, right? I could drive. You know how most accidents happen within 2 miles of home,
And 100% happen. 100% of them happen while you're driving.
Exactly.
While you're in a car.
And yet we're all like, you know what? Somebody could slam into me with their 18-wheeler, and I could die today. Like, statistically, very light. For goodness sakes, on a California freeway, and we're like, you know. I'll take that risk because I want to go to work.
I want to get somewhere.
And you are genuinely more likely to be in a car accident than you are to
and I'm not saying that COVID hasn't, been bad or anything, but I'm saying people still have the freedom of choice to be like, look, I have to take my life in my hands every single day. I mean, especially if people have to work in LA, for goodness sakes. I mean, you're genuinely taking your life into your hands.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why we don't just say, look, guys, there's a dangerous thing. Even when swine flu was going around during, 2 administrations ago now, it was like, like thousands of people had died across the country, and they're like, it's fine.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
Yeah, just go to work. So I'm like, look, but that's fine. So it's all opening up now. Basically,
surprise.
Yeah, today, it is a new day. Everything's going to be great. We've all been patient. So everybody just go eat in your local indoor restaurant and have a good time. Hooray!
Hooray.
So here's what I think. I think because last time we forced Justin to not talk about WandaVision due to time constraints, I think we should start by letting Justin talk about WandaVision.
Yeah.
I would love to talk about WandaVision.
We don't
not.
Please.
And then we could also not have to hear him ask if he could talk about WandaVision.
That we could just
for at least another 2 weeks.
Go straight around that.
Yeah.
Straight to talking about WandaVision.
Or we could talk about something else.
I actually like that idea. Let's save WandaVision for the end.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can squeeze it in at the end of the show.
You realize if you start talking about WandaVision at 55 minutes, it's still going to be another half an hour.
Well, maybe we'll just save it for next time.
Maybe just next time.
It's going to happen this time in either case.
You hear the chairs just squeak away.
Yeah. There'll be an empty room and me shrieking at the top of my lungs into a microphone.
So I'll share my thoughts about WandaVision to open this up.
Hey, let's go.
Because
what an awesome show.
I have just a few thoughts to share. I watched all of 2 episodes.
Wow.
Of WandaVision.
There was more than 2.
I watched episode 1, and then I was like, well, that was boring. And then I watched episode 2, and I was like, not any better. looks like I'm not interested in this show. And then I stopped watching it. So I have very little WandaVision experience, and my one gripe would be with that fact that it seems like Disney is doing a lot of this slow burn style of TV show making, where the first 2 or 3 episodes are just so slow. I mean, I get it. You're setting up a story. You're introducing the world. I get it.
It's not a rush.
But, like, give me...
I keep doing that. I hate myself.
What?
I slapped my calf like
Slapping
twice.
Doing some calf slaps?
Yeah.
It's good audio.
No,
We should give you a calf mic.
I
guess that's a thigh mic, actually. I don't like it. Like, episode 1 had absolutely no hook. Like, there was nothing interesting that happened in episode 1.
That's not true.
It was just like world setup. I was like, give me
no, but it was wonderful.
something interesting that makes me want to watch episode 2 other than I should give it another shot. And then, I was already about to stop watching, and then episode 2 only had like the tiniest little hook, and I was like, yeah, that wasn't enough for me.
I'll make my case for the first 3 episodes.
Here you go. All yours.
The first 3 episodes, because you had 9 episodes, you have a beginning, a middle, and an end to the story. Okay, and each one of those mini arcs within the overall story you had 3 episodes to do that, right? So you go 3, 3, and 3. Thusly,
is it only 9 episodes long?
It is 9 episodes long.
Wow, that math really works out.
Yeah. So, in the first 3 episodes, the only thing you had to establish was the same thing that made the entire balance of the MCU work, which is charismatic main characters.
Watch this.
We have submitted how many times that we would watch Robert Downey Jr. go to the grocery store and pick out cabbages and listen to watermelons to see if they're ripe.
But
we have actually said that. When you had WandaVision,
what was the first
episodes
movie?
1, 2, and 3,
what was the first
when
movie?
you just got to watch them hang out in black and white, and you got to wonder, why is the world black and white? What year is it? The calendar says 2023.
We knew what we were watching.
What was the first movie of the MCU?
The Hulk.
What was the first movie anyone actually considers the first movie?
That's my point, is that the first movie that's actually real is The Hulk, which is basically the first episode of WandaVision. And you're like, well, that was
nobody
kind of
has even seen
So if
The Hulk.
everybody just saw the first episode of the MCU, The Hulk, that's my point, is if you saw that movie and you're like, oh, this movie's kind of lame.
Which Hulk
And
are
then
we
you
talking
didn't
about?
watch...
The one no one has seen.
Which one?
The one where he fights Abomination.
Which actor? Edward Norton?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
And no one has.
But that's my point, is that if you saw that and you're like, this is the MCU, oh, geez, but they're out of all of phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, you would think that first episode, if Josiah just watched that 23 episode television series of movies and was like, this show is awful, this first 90 minutes of this television show is terrible, I'm not going to watch. Then you'd miss out on all the other cool stuff.
Yeah, but nobody even watched The Hulk.
You just proved my point by saying what is the first episode.
But
and when
people went
in
to the
that
theaters,
in your example, you would have stopped watching the MCU.
Even if I started watching it episode 2, I still wouldn't have been interested.
Even if you watched Iron Man, you still wouldn't have been interested.
No, I did watch Iron Man, and I was hooked. Okay, because episode 2 of the MCU.
What if you just watched the first? Wait, no. What if you?
Hang on.
No.
Watch this.
Let Jordan say a couple words here.
Still trying. What if you just watched the first 23 minutes of Iron Man?
Great first 23 minutes of a movie. They're going into battle. Their thing gets blown up. There's instant interest. I think you see the Iron Man suit getting built before the end of 23 minutes.
Really? 23 minutes? I think he's still a party boy.
I don't think you see it by the end of 20 minutes, because you have to get through a lot of content.
Yeah,
you have to get all the way to the cave.
He's barely in Iraq.
Because you have to get him,
Yeah, but the opening is the Jeeps driving through Iraq, and it shows him getting blown up, and it creates instant interest in the movie. There's instant stuff going on.
But you knew what you were watching.
But then episode 3,
something about Wanda, and you knew it wasn't going to be black and white.
Episode 3 is Iron Man 2.
Still better than
kind of super lame.
Yeah, the whip.
Yeah.
I
Do
know.
you Jump Rope Man? You're
Whip Boy
telling me
wasn't
that
great.
Jump Rope Man and Justin Hammer with his remote control cars, it wasn't good.
You guys remember Justin Hammer?
So yeah.
What a terrible name.
What a tool.
It's like they actually. Have you guys seen the Family Guy episode where they make fun of the name Justin?
yes.
Justin.
Yes.
Justin.
Have you seen that one?
Your name is Justin. It's like they stole that character that Family Guy was trying to produce and put it into the MCU.
So all I'm saying,
And they
is
made his
that
last name Hammer.
out of the first 3 episodes
kidding
of the MCU, 2 of them are not great. So if you're going to take WandaVision, now, I mean, if you're getting 9 episodes deep into the MCU, then all of a sudden you're like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, you've arrived. So, I mean, saying that you don't want to sit, like the first 3 episodes are boring, there is so much that,
And they're only 23 minutes long.
like, just hang in.
The credits were like 18 minutes.
Are you busy?
That's true. Yeah, actually.
Like, get there.
I mean, we only have a certain number of hours in each day, and I choose to spend mine not watching things that don't grab my attention.
All right. Well, just watch
Justin-
episode 4.
So Justin, explain it. to
Why
us.
is WandaVision so good? Sell me on the idea of wasting my time on this garbage show.
I'm going to sell you on the idea of wasting your time on WandaVision.
Say it.
Okay.
Say it's a garbage show.
So
and I'll watch it.
you know how the it's basically an exploration of grief at the same time are fully articulating why Wanda is infinitely powerful in the MCU.
Wow.
And
Sounds like a great show. I'm going to go watch it right
Each of the different commercials relate to a different aspect of Wanda's personality or trauma that has led to her amplified power base.
So during the show, I don't know if you saw this, there was commercials.
that weren't actually commercials.
Yeah.
I did notice
Yeah.
those. I was
Okay.
like, wait, these look like commercials.
Yeah, but they had like Hydra stuff in them.
Yeah.
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 So
Because she was previously held captive by Hydra when she was a girl.
when you see
Yeah.
Wanda and she makes this whole hex around the city.
Spoilers, jeez.
Okay, so there's going to be some heavy spoilers here, dudes. So if you don't want to hear like the deep cuts, then like just turn back now because it's going to happen. There. Was that enough time for people to pause their Discmans?
That was good.
Okay. So Vision walks in there. When Wanda goes into, she wants to bury her husband. She wants to bury Vision, her lover, she's in love with a robot.
Her other half.
That was weird when you called him her lover. That was awkward.
Yeah.
Her other half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her soulmate.
Yeah, her soulmate.
Without a soul.
Her soulless soulmate.
gem mate.
Soulless mate.
Yeah. So
Gem mate.
she goes in and like looks at his dead like torn aparts on a table because they want to like make a Vision, and they have something called Project Cataracts to make like an
when
evil
did all
Vision.
this happen?
In the later episodes.
Oh, okay.
So a whole bunch of tight stuff happens in the later episodes.
Okay.
It's really
And,
cool.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is Wanda, traumatized by like, you know how Vision is in the story, it comes to pass that when she was being experimented on by the Mind Stone.
Okay.
Do you remember?
You know the Mind Stone in Vision's head?
Mind Stone is Vision.
Yes.
It was previously in Loki's staff.
So they,
Oh, that was in Loki's staff?
yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
Hydra used Loki's staff. They actually show at the end of a movie the Hydra people experimenting on,
That's right. The two children.
The
one
two
of them
children.
being Wanda and one of them being
and they said it's
Quicksilver or
the
whatever
age
frick
of
his name was.
miracles.
Quicksilver.
So they took these 2 kids and they had volunteered for testing, and most people didn't. And they show that they basically tossed Wanda into a room with the staff, and then the staff detected her like latent. She had like very tiny, like one morsel of special abilities. The Mind Stone sniffed them out and basically amplified them to infinity.
So she is also Mind Stone.
She is Mind Stone energy, which
Okay.
is why her and Vision so quickly bonded, because they're basically the same.
They're of the same accord.
Yeah, they're of one mind and one
Yes.
soul. Gem. And
Okay.
so what happened was you have she leaves the base where they find them ripping apart Vision, and then she goes over to this city and just like she opens up a letter that Vision had sent her before he died, and it was like, this is going to be our forever home. And it's just like, cinder blocks. It's like a foundation, but there's no house on top of it. And so she breaks down crying, and then out of her grief, like spills out this entire reality from the Mind Stone.
And this is the old TV show.
No.
Yeah.
No?
And so the reality is the TV show.
Is the dome of the energy that she creates is releasing cosmic background radiation, and they hold up a radio antenna or like a TV antenna, and it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Because television is just cosmic background radiation.
Okay.
Or frequencies.
So she basically, the reason it emits cosmic background radiation is because it's an actual pocket universe.
Okay.
And so when Vision that she generates, like you see the red energy of Scarlet Witch, like start building a vision from scratch out of her head, and like her memories of him and everything. And then as it starts to form him, the energy turns yellow because it's like actually forming a real honest to goodness operating Mind Stone. Like WandaVision created an Infinity Gem, like period, full stop.
So now there's another gem?
But not really.
So what happened?
Well, he just said WandaVision created a stone, period, full stop. And then you said not really.
But not.
Which is it?
But not really. Justin was wrong in his assumption.
She created a conditional vision that could exist within the confines of her pocket universe.
Only within her mind.
So she didn't actually create a stone.
She did.
She created something that can only be sustained within her universe.
And her universe is just imagination land.
But
So it's
they're
not
real people.
It's all real inside of that thing.
You can
it's
get
not,
hurt by these people.
Like they're not
by
hallucinations.
Who she created.
It's just the reality is a
Like he was
self-sustaining
using
area.
The stone to shoot lasers.
Yeah.
It was really happening.
Like it really worked. It was a successful pocket universe. So when they have all these, like she generates kids and everything.
Like her own kids.
Yeah. And they're real kids and they have real personalities.
And real powers too.
And so it was putting a strain on her abilities to try and, basically maintain this entire pocket universe. And then when Vision goes outside of it to pursue someone, he pushes on the end of it, and then he starts to disintegrate if he's outside of it because he's created by it and sustained by it. So Wanda flips out that he's about to die, that the Vision she created is going to die, and she's like, you know when Neo is flying to catch Trinity in the Matrix?
And he needs to go faster, yeah.
Yeah, that like when he just tightens his fist and
I need more power,
I
please.
need more. Like Wanda's like, ah! And just pours out of her, like, and it just 10x's the size of the dome that they're in. Like, she's like, just more power.
It was like encompassing one city, and then it's mainly like...
And then it just encompasses a
county.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we went from soaking up, like, Ontario to the San Bernardino Valley.
So these buildings that, like, she lives in,
yeah,
this is a actual real life building in the real world, and then she just is projecting her universe inside of these real buildings.
So some people have gone in and out of her universe, like, and when it changes your clothes, they stay changed. But it changed somebody's Kevlar vest into like a 70s attire, so it matched her universe. But when she came out, it still looked like 70s clothes, but it was made of her Kevlar vest.
But her house that she made, you remember how it was all cinder blocks and just a plot of land?
No.
That Justin...
Okay.
Yeah.
When
she went over and read the note, and that was the land they were going to build their house on together before Thanos did his thing.
Yeah.
And she goes over, and out of the pouring out of her, she built a house as well for her playing house and playing city kind of thing with Vision, right?
Okay.
So when at the end, when it all kind of shuts down, the house disappears as well, but it was in a very real town with real people and other real houses.
Okay, so her house isn't a real house, but there's other real houses.
It's real houses that can be really used at the time that she's sustaining it.
Yeah, but it's not like real because if Wanda dies, it all goes away.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's all. But inside of that universe,
It is real.
because when the pants came out, the Kevlar vest pants, they were still real. They were
Yeah.
just as real as you or me.
And she
And
dissolved it.
That's
And
just
even-
'cause she changed it when.
But
they
even
came in.
when you pass in, it changes your own body cells. Like there was a character that went in multiple times, and they basically ended up having their cells converted to pure energy.
Yeah,
Basically,
and she had superpowers after going in and out so many times.
yeah.
Why doesn't everybody just go in and out and get superpowers?
Well,
they-
because it could kill you.
Yeah, it can do the bad thing. But when you have, what do you call it? Plot energy.
When you have plot energy,
What is that called?
plot armor.
Plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
energy's better. She had plot energy.
And then we find out that she actually starts getting her moniker of the Scarlet Witch and everything. This is like where we see a big giant, witch battle, and they do superpower fights, and there's a fake vision. They end up activating the evil vision, and the conditional vision that Wanda actually restores the memories of the fake vision to him because it's just the Vision's dead body that
Yeah.
they rewired and said go be on our side. And then the fake vision that Wanda made just pushes on his little gem in his head and he like snaps out of it. So Vision
So then there's two visions.
well then at the end when she shuts down her little thing and the conditional vision goes
Vision's
away.
back.
Yeah. Basically we have White Vision from the 90s, which is the first Vision I was introduced to, like the red face Vision that we met in the movies first. I never knew that guy. Because when I was reading comics in the 90s, it was this white, like, basically they had resurrected Vision into this white thing that didn't care about Scarlet Witch anymore. So
But he cares about Scarlet Witch now.
He
I don't
can.
know, because he flew away at the end and we never saw him again.
Yeah, he can though,
So hopefully,
because he has all those memories.
and Paul Bettany said that he's in it for the long haul. So we have a Vision out there in the universe.
And Paul Bettany's the regular Vision guy that I know.
The
He's
actor?
Jarvis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jarvis.
Yeah.
Jarvis.
So and then it turns out that Scarlet Witch is more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is Doctor Strange. So the most,
I'm not really surprised about that.
so
Doctor Strange is cool, but I wouldn't put him very high on the power list. He's only powerful because he has a time stone thing. Or doesn't have that anymore, does he?
doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, so he's not.
But he still
he's
has
not that
powers.
Cool. Yeah, he's got some, but like he's not like super powerful.
Interesting.
I don't
when
like.
does that movie come out?
I don't like. That's actually going to tee off exactly where WandaVision leaves off. Doctor Strange 2, because at the end of the book, we see her studying like the book, the Darkhold, the book of infinite magics and like evil, and
Like with Dormammu.
yeah. So she's studying like the Darkhold, the evil book of the dead or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "Oh, look, I'm going to study all this stuff because her enemy in the show was like, you have all this raw energy. You're like a big giant battery, but you don't have any head knowledge of all of this. You don't know how anything works." So she's like, "You know what? I'm going to learn a little bit." So at the end of the movie or TV show, we see Wanda's body walking around just like hanging out in a cabin in the woods somewhere in the mountains in, Sweden. And then we see her astral projection, her see-through form that we saw Doctor Strange do.
Yeah.
Like sitting there reading the book. So,
Wouldn't that be nice to be able to do that?
well, and Doctor Strange passed out when he astral projected because his body and his body couldn't be active while his spirit was separate. Whereas Wanda, we saw her walking around.
She's just chilling.
So we don't actually know. So the level, not only does she have reality warping power, which I guess you wouldn't even have to be told that maxes out Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange he had a cape that tries to choke you, and he made little spinny axe hand things, and he made a couple binds. He copied himself as like like if we look at his actual feats,
Yeah, like
in
things that
Infinity War?
he did, and not
He could teleport people. That's pretty
he
cool.
teleports people real good.
Yeah.
but I never actually saw him summon, a giant fireball times 10.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I never saw him go full Goku and just like do a big giant push of it. Whereas Wanda,
Yeah, he had a stone, but
Yeah.
without the stone, he's not that powerful.
She is
at
the
least
stone.
as of we know.
so with Wanda, I mean, she was tossing around big giant fire bolts like just on a whim.
Yeah, she was gonna
She
was gonna beat Thanos,
she has
but
just
then she got distracted.
infinite amounts of energy at her disposal. So Doctor Strange 2 is gonna Wanda. Her she has 2 kids in the show.
Yep.
And when she's reading the book, they basically call out to her that they're basically trapped in another reality, and she's got to go get them. Right?
Wait,
it's the rescue my kids arc.
Wait. At the end of the show, when she's sitting there reading the book, and
Yes.
you hear him calling out.
Yes, Mom, help us, Mom.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's her kids. Do you want to watch the show right now?
No. I thought they were helping. They were asking for help when the other lady was she was in the witch's little tomb thing.
You definitely hear her kids call out to her for assistance, and she's going to go rescue them.
Really?
That is the multiverse of madness. So they're going to visit a parallel universe where her children were actually born, and then they're going to bring them back to the 1099 universe.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they're
I am excited for Loki. Just
oh my
That
gosh.
comes out soon, doesn't it?
I'm high key excited for Loki.
Everybody who likes Doctor Who should love Loki, because all it's going to be is a bunch of time travel,
Yep.
like hijinks, and
it's actually a good actor.
yeah, I mean, it's just going to be so explosively good.
We're gonna have like no more listeners in the UK.
Oh wow!
It's coming
All
up.
right.
It's like what, a month away?
Hang on. I saw a day, but then that was the wrong day. Oh, it's a TV show.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Is another gonna have another slow burn that disinterests me?
Yes.
June 11.
Most shows will if you don't give them a chance.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the show isn't going to be like a movie where the movie
Oh
is
my
like,
gosh!
Just
Owen Wilson is in this show.
Josiah needs like a good like.
wow.
Yeah, that's
That was a great Owen
that's
Wilson.
great. That was great. I thought he was in the room. I
I know. Jeez. Owen.
thought he just drove up in a Lincoln.
That's so Loki, super good, right? It's going to be time. Loki is time traveling to stop other Lokis from Lokiing.
That's cool. So
It's
he's
going to
like
be
a
Loki
super good boy?
amazing. Yeah, I'm super ready. My body is ready.
Okay.
Is that all you liked about WandaVision?
I liked seeing Wanda go full bore Scarlet Witch, get named as the Scarlet Witch as a Nexus entity. So a Nexus entity is, how there's a multiverse, which
Yeah.
is Doctor Strange, a multiverse of madness.
Yeah.
You know how there's infinity gems and everything?
Yeah.
And every universe renders itself with infinity gems?
Yeah.
I think they call them infinity stones in the MCU, right?
Yeah.
Are they infinity? Okay. And in Guardians of the Galaxy, when you see Star-Lord go to steal the Power Stone from the little prison thing it was in,
Yeah.
on the wall, you see the 4 tentpole entities of every single universe in the multiverse. You see, what is it? You see like eternity, space, time, chaos. What are they called?
Is that the same thing as in Thor when all the worlds were aligning? Or is that something else?
Those worlds are the 9 realms
That's a realm.
of this universe.
Of
So
this-
there's like
okay.
there's like
Not a
Midgard,
different
which is
universe.
Earth,
Gotcha.
and then there's it's the different areas of our universe
Gotcha.
aligning.
Okay, never mind. So that's
It's like a planetary alignment, but
Yeah.
on a universal scale.
But there's different universes with different planetary alignments.
yeah.
okay.
So there's actual entities called like eternity and what is it, like chaos and
Are these actual?
order and
So you're saying entities like gods or something?
well, they're like like the Phoenix Force that Jean Grey had. Every universe that comes into existence renders a Phoenix Force.
Okay.
Like at the birth of a new MC universe.
I watched that shoot over Jordan's head.
Do you know what the Phoenix Force is? Did you ever see the X-Men movies?
I saw the
Doggone it.
Phoenix at
Okay.
the end of X3.
Okay, so there's a phoenix.
Yeah,
And
there's
the
one
phoenix comes from a cosmic level entity.
It came from Jean Grey.
Like, you know how there's the infinity gems, the infinity stones.
Yeah, she has one.
Every single universe has infinity, right? Because they went to another universe.
Are the X-Men and the Marvels in the same universe?
They're in the same multiverse. Which is why we see the Quicksilver from the X-Men franchise shows up in WandaVision.
He
Wait.
showed up.
Who's that?
The Quicksilver, the
Who's
guy
that?
that goes fast.
Yeah, remember the guy that
He died.
saved everyone?
No, no, but the Fox ones. Remember? Did you ever see the old Fox movies?
Like X1, X2, X3?
No,
No, the new
First
ones.
Class.
First class.
Yes.
Yeah, the new ones.
Okay,
where
when
he's
he-
going around like
And
grabbing
he
everyone.
like slaps people in the face, and he moves their hands over here so they punch themselves.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
Okay, that
those were silly goofs.
he
Yeah,
is a
those were
cameo for Wanda's dead brother in the new show because he can actually go fast. So we're slowly linking these. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So they
Soon-
definitely dropped Fox.
I just want Hugh Jackman to show up.
Soon
I think everybody does.
we're gonna have like
I hope everyone will.
Ray.
You
soon
know,
we're
he
gonna
was
have
like
Ray.
80 now.
I know, but
In there?
he still looks.
When's
like
Ray
40.
gonna show up?
Wait, I think that Ray is probably going to show up in Captain Marvel 3.
Phase. Wait.
Yeah, it's going to be Captain Marvel 3, and then
Versus Ray.
it's going to be perfect Mary Sue versus perfect flawless Mary Sue.
Nice. That's
Who's
a great
gonna
battle.
win?
I don't know, because I think that Captain Marvel could just like absorb a lightsaber.
Yeah, but
But then I think Ray would use force powers just at will that are
to
at
just separate her molecules
Yeah.
or something.
Lightning
She
bolt,
would
lightning
use some
bolt.
incalculably powerful, never before seen force power to not only fly but push Captain Marvel away and repel anything that like
Let's be real. Ray's garbage compared to Captain Marvel. Like that fight would not be fair.
What if she turns Sith and then does it?
Still garbage.
I think Ray would win.
In a fair fight, not a plot armor wearing fight.
No, that's all they both have.
Captain Marvel actually has powers.
No, because we saw Ray do just about everything without any training and do powers that she shouldn't even realistically have.
True.
So like
But there's not even enough
Ray-
power in the Star Wars
hang
universe
on.
to defeat Captain Marvel.
Ray's power. Well, first of all, that's not true because the Emperor. Am I crackling?
No,
In
you're
the-
good. You're good.
Okay, it's just one of my ears died. So all I'm saying is that Ray's superpower isn't force powers. It's just the power to break canon. Number 2 is there are force powers that, like when we saw the Emperor in the last movie shoot lightning bolts and cover the sky and everything.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we have seen immensely powerful force powers, and there's even more powerful ones in the books and everything, where you could basically create force storms that like half a universe away, a big giant force lightning storm just shows up and eradicates your like.
And they can
what
all
he
fly
did.
through the like space with no problem.
Yes,
I don't want Marvel and Star Wars to.
neither do I.
what
No.
if we-
Oh,
What if we brought in?
No.
So you bring in Ray, and then you bring in Sid from Toy Story.
no? To keep them so far apart, I
Please
feel
don't
like
make Marvel and Star Wars touch.
Just cross over everybody of Disney.
it's gonna hurt my
Every
heart.
IP should be crossed over.
Oh.
Yeah, Sid shows up driving Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. Hey.
He's like 40.
Yeah.
No, Sid shows up driving the dog car from Dumb and Dumber.
Do they own that now?
Yeah. The power scaling in WandaVision was just absolutely awesome. We had 2 charismatic superheroes. Paul Bettany was fantastic to watch.
Who's Paul?
Vision
Okay.
was super fun to watch.
Just another time.
I mean, look, I'm just saying that if you couldn't,
You should watch it
yeah,
now that it's over.
yeah. Now that it's over and
Yeah,
I
I
spoiled
might
the
go
whole
crank
thing
it
for
out.
It's 9 episodes. You
Yeah,
can do
I'll-
it in one night.
That's a bit excessive for me.
If you skip all that, they're not even 30-minute episodes.
I'll
They're
watch it.
20-minute episodes.
I'll watch it.
with
I'll
a
tell Jenny to watch it again with me.
7-minute ending.
Jenny already watched it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
told
you
her-
basically already watched it right now, so
Yeah, I've already hit the highlight reel. I got cliff notes.
yeah. But still watch it.
Yeah, I'll
still,
watch it.
Still watch it. It's pretty good. Don't even bother watching besides for the MCU references of
Don't watch who.
the
The new one?
Black Wing and the Hawk guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Black Wing.
yeah. Oh my gosh. So Falcon, I'm on episode 4.
I'm on episode 3 of Falcon.
Of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes, that's the
Oh
actual,
my gosh.
That's
so,
the name.
So
Is it-
episode 4,
Is it garbage?
absolutely crazy. So they introduce
So
like
the first 3 were garbage on
okay,
this one.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
so right when it starts with you know how Captain America said, "I want you to have the shield."
When he handed it to Bucky.
to
These
Falcon?
are pretty recent spoilers. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Let's talk about other stuff, and then we'll come back.
No, everybody's seen episode 1 and 2.
All right. Well, Bucky gave away. Nope, not Bucky.
Okay, so you know how Captain
I
America
always mix
specifically
up
gave
this guy and Hawkeye.
Did you just clip your mic?
No,
Okay, so you
I
know
always mix up Hawkeye and this guy.
Jordan mixes up Hot Guy with Falcon all the time.
Sometimes I mix up the hot guy with Falcon.
Yeah. So Jordan here is going to eventually remember Anthony Mackie's character. Okay.
Who's Anthony Mackie?
Falcon.
Falcon. And
Wait.
Captain.
Oh, Sam.
Is that the one with the wings?
Sam.
Yes,
Yes.
he is the
Okay.
one with the wings.
Yes.
Like
Sam.
a falcon. I get it.
Yes.
That's a good reference.
Not like a hawk though.
No. Hawkeye is somebody different.
He has
No.
eyeball for shooting.
Yeah, he
does
shoots
no fly.
his talons like a hawk.
Does no fly, but
That's a feature of a hawks. If
Yes.
you didn't know, they shoot their talons.
yes, and they look very carefully.
I just looked.
I think that look, Falcon and Winter Soldier has been great.
Wait, I thought it was Falcon and Bucky.
It's Falcon and Bucky. It's Anthony Mackie and
Wait, I thought the Falcon was the Winter Soldier.
Sebastian Stan.
Wait, who is the Winter Soldier?
Sebastian Stan.
Okay.
And he has the
Winter's-
metal arm.
Winter's shoulder.
Metal Arm Boy is the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Winter's
Why is he
shoulder.
called the Winter Soldier?
Because that was his code name when he was working
So
for
Russia.
Hydra.
So Russia is really cold, right?
Okay.
Basically winter all year.
What about during the summertime?
Basically winter all year.
Okay.
He came from Russia,
No, he did not.
which is where all of Hydra's from.
Hydra is Russia.
Hydra
no,
is
Hydra
Russia.
is not Russia. They're Nazis.
Wait, I thought the Nazis were from Russia.
I thought that's what Disney told me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I can't think of anywhere else that the Nazis would be from. That's got to be it.
Well, yeah, it's only in the movies. Not talking about real history. Unless Hydra actually exists right now.
What made me crazy about the first Captain America movie is they have
Please,
these big
tell me.
giant airplanes of like the one that he gets frozen in the ice in.
Oh yeah,
That he crashes.
the big giant one.
The big giant one.
Yeah.
So it has the aircraft that he gets into, and they always make the old like World War II technology look, super exotic and like all this weird cobbled together technology because it was all very experimental back then.
Sure.
So they have a giant flying wing, which, mind you, we tried to make flying wings in World War II,
They don't work good.
and they flopped over like a pancake, and they always killed the pilot
Yeah,
until we made...
You need like the vertical stabilizers.
We need a computer to literally constantly keep this thing from flipping over and...
Like a B-2.
Yeah, we killed more than one test pilot, and we're like, I don't think we could get that thing to stay flat. I think it keeps doing flippies through the air and then going nose first into the ground. That's not the desired effect. So that's fine.
what we're trying to go
I can
for.
accept the fact that they have an experimental craft. Then the two propellers on the back they spin around fast enough to get this thing off the ground by having on the end of each propeller blade a rocket.
Yeah, why not just have the rockets?
Rockets push the aeroplane as opposed to pushing the propellers fast enough to push the plane forward.
You're just giving away energy for free. You're
Well,
just
yeah,
wasting.
If
so
you
wasteful.
if you crank up your propeller plane too fast, doesn't the propeller just start breaking the sound barrier and just like making a bunch of pops?
Well, that's a helicopter. When the
I
helicopter
think it's a
when the
I think it's a
helicopter
prop plane too.
because if it just in general.
Yeah, it's in general. If it goes too fast, starts
yes.
spinning too fast. It goes
So-
bah, 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 bah.
The helicopter has a speed limit of 200 miles an hour because the blades, if one starts going faster than the speed of sound, then when it's going the opposite direction, it's going slower than the speed of sound. So there's one is breaking the sound barrier and one is rapidly decelerating. So it would just shred itself.
Wild.
So
Wild.
and that's why I could only assume that what you're talking about would be also true. Where
Yeah.
if the propellers break the sound
So
barrier
what I'm
on their
saying
own,
is
they're
them
like,
putting
"Brrr."
rockets on the end of it
It has a locked in.
it's not even accurate at all.
Yeah. So
Just Disney putting on flames
just
on
take
stuff.
those same rockets.
Yeah.
Which it's not like the Nazis didn't have rocket technology. They made the V2. So if anybody would have like they did. Okay, did the Nazis
Yeah,
have?
I'm pretty sure Russia had rockets back then.
Did the Nazis have jet aircraft in World War II?
Jordan doesn't know.
Yes.
To that question.
Yes, they did.
They did.
In the Luftwaffe.
Really? Tell me about them.
I don't know.
Okay.
Did they not?
They did.
They did. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure, but Justin's
Okay.
like a
So it was absolutely
War machine.
It was absolutely not common at all. And they built them as like interceptors where they would launch them off of a rail. So it was an aircraft that was basically a big giant missile. Like they wouldn't have wheels or anything. They had a just it was like latched onto a rail. They would shoot them up into the air real quick. And like the Luftwaffe in general is why they lost the war, because they lost air superiority very, very early to the Allies. So they lost the air battle, which meant that all of their stuff on the ground just got bombed incessantly, and then they lost. So while they did have jets, it's not like anything was built in such mass numbers that it could ever affect the outcome of the war.
yeah.
So you have them with super experimental technology, and they're like, let's build something really cool. And it's like, no, just a straight up jet is like the actual dream.
Yeah.
Like you would just have a flying wing with a jet nozzle out of the back of it that's like 12 inches in diameter, because like when they built like when a tank today is like 70 tons and they built like railway cannons that were like 1,500 tons.
Jeez.
I mean, there were these massive things. So of course what they do is they're like, that thing that we have, the V2 rocket that could go all the way to London, we should probably just have like some kind of plane with wings that could carry bombs, and it's just two big giant V2 rockets that like
they just fire up when you need them and just send a guy in there and he
Yeah.
can steer it.
I mean, as soon as we got over to Germany, and we're like, hey, where'd you guys learn how to do all the rockets and stuff? And then they just gave us the number of Dr. Goddard, who was in America, that we had largely dismissed as it's not going to work. The rocket, it doesn't work. And they were like, yeah, just go talk to Dr. Goddard. Like we took all his IP and just started building it at scale. And we're like, oh my gosh. So literally they just took all our good ideas. I mean, so that's what irked me about Captain America. But, fast forward, skip ahead to WandaVision, all of that comes full circle to now Wanda's the most biggest weapon in the entire universe.
Well, that's excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so much Marvel.
Yes.
So much Marvel to take in.
Did you guys want
That
to
was a
talk about
lot.
anything that wasn't Marvel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm here for that.
So the other day,
Yeah.
I was at Target buying new toothbrushes because it was that time of the year. When you refresh your toothbrushes.
I like to wait until all my bristles point down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
This is fine.
they fold back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
it's like the Red Sea. They just
They part.
they just part.
That's nasty.
No, it's probably about 3 to 4 times a year that I refresh the toothbrushes in the house. And it was that time of the year. But this time, I was looking at the new children's toothbrushes because I have children. And they had, I don't even remember what they were called, but I just saw on the little package, it's like, app controlled. I was like, what do you mean app controlled? So I looked a little deeper, and it's like an augmented reality game for brushing your teeth. I was like,
So you put goggles on and brush inside your mouth?
So if you
I was
hit
like,
your molars
that
and brush your
sounds-
tongue, you defeat the boss.
I was like, that sounds amazing. And they were only like $15 a pop. Like it was like almost normal toothbrush prices, So
But you have to have VR already.
I bought a couple of them, and the way it works is it just has The toothbrush has no electricity in it at all. It just has like special colored dots kind of throughout it, and especially like on the base of it, there's like a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
And you put your phone like over by the mirror and you point it at you while you brush your teeth, and it looks at the orientation of all of those dots and then has like a AR mouth with teeth in it that's open, and on those teeth spawn in little like monsters that you have to then, you know, rotate your brush and like hold it in that orientation, and it like kills the monster. And it like,
So it just
Oh
gives
my
your
gosh.
kids like massive nightmares each night.
no, it took toothbrush time from 0 to hero, quite literally. Like, these are amazing. I cannot recommend them more. As
Those monsters get dead every single day,
like
twice.
like we went from like, no, I don't want to brush my teeth right now, and me having to say like, no, we have to brush our teeth. Like, this is something we do all the time. You know, like, just get over it and brush your teeth. To like, genuinely, I get home. Can I brush my teeth? Like, let's brush our teeth. Like, it's like
Just-
a fun.
Just no gums left.
It's like a fun thing we do
Just
now.
get home and-
He only gets to do it twice a day, you know, but it's like that also helps it because
Yeah.
then it's like exclusive, you know.
Yeah.
But wow, if you are a parent, they're by Colgate. I forget the little fun name they had with them. It's like Hum or something. But wow, great investment. Also, I guess if you're an adult too, but I think there's adult ones that are probably less fun because they're not for kids. So there's probably no monsters. They just like make sure you brush your teeth good.
I don't know. I mean, I think they need to expand their library. I mean, Nintendo ain't gonna fly on just one game, you know. They gotta make a whole flock of these things so that if the kids ever get bored, the kids will watch SpongeBob for 900 years. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
That'll be fine.
Yeah, so super cool, and I love how they did it. So the toothbrush doesn't have like the toothbrush was cost effective. You know, it was just the cost of a toothbrush.
That's good.
So yeah, that's
Excellent product review
thanks
for my future.
for your future.
It wasn't
Yeah,
even
right.
an electronic toothbrush.
no you
Oh,
missed.
that's killer! Absolutely get this toothbrush, people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If they're not selling you a $99 electric
no,
toothbrush,
it was 15. It's $15.
yeah.
And you could get replacement toothbrushes that go in it because effectively it's just like the bottom of it is the important part, and you could just clip that onto a new replacement toothbrush, and the replacements were $10.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I have an issue that I
Okay.
need you guys to help me with.
Okay.
Someone or someones keep trying to steal my catalytic converter.
Oh my gosh.
It has now, the first time was June 2020.
Wow.
The last time was last week at this exact time. And
It's when it starts to get warm.
it's been, it's been June to now we're in April now.
How many attempts have happened? So?
This is the fourth attempt.
Oh, okay. So it's not that often.
It's not that often, but
it's
now-
often enough.
No, it's getting more and more frequent as they keep failing on the same car.
Oh, they really want that catalytic
So
converter.
now I think it's a vendetta against me and my vehicle because they keep failing.
So what have you done? What have you done to prevent this?
So
Hey, quit parking on the street.
No, I did do that. I quit parking on the street, and then I was like, okay. So that was first and second time. First I thought it was a fluke, whatever. Second time I was like, man, I need to stop. Like I did learn my lesson the first time, but then I was like, I'm just gonna park on the street. Maybe they'll never come
Yeah,
back.
it's the whole fool me once.
Yeah, shame on me. Fool me twice. Shame
Also,
on me again.
Shame on me.
And then so
Did
the
they get it the second time?
No, they've never gotten it. They've never gotten it. So after the second time, I was like, not gonna park on the street at night ever again. Right? Never again parking on the street.
And then he did again.
So on the third time,
Where
Then he
was your
parked
car
on the
parked?
no,
Yeah.
I parked on the street during the daytime.
Oh.
So I wake up from my Sunday nap, 8:30. Eat dinner, go to the car, and then at 9, get in the car, and I have a motorcycle now for a car. I don't know if you've ever experienced having no exhaust pipes.
I haven't.
So it sounds wild.
Okay.
It sounds like you're in the gnarliest motorcycle on the road.
So like take off just put all the explosions outside of the engine.
Yes. Basically, you're just hearing direct explosions.
Okay.
And it's frightening when you light up your car and that's what's happening. So that was the third time.
Okay.
They tried to get it at 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
That time I actually got them on camera because I put up cameras because I was frustrated.
Nice.
So got them on camera, and then that was a month ago.
Okay.
And then the last week.
Did you do any steps to prevent them?
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you put
sorry.
up more cameras?
Thank
or?
you. No. So I didn't put, that was after the second time I put up cameras. After the third time, I put a cage around it.
Okay.
So a catalytic converter, little, somewhat of a cage, kind of welded together. There's some steel or hardened steel where they normally...
It happened again after that?
Where they've normally been cutting, there's hardened steel pins
Yeah.
that are hard to cut through with just a normal saw. And so after that, last week, at exactly this hour, I was sitting on my couch, reading a book, ready to go to sleep. And the kitchen window's open behind me. And I hear something sawing through metal. And I was like, Christy's in the bedroom.
That sounds like the sound of
And
my
I'm like-
catalytic converter
I'm
getting
like,
stolen.
what's going on in the bedroom? Because I had multiple windows open, so I couldn't tell where it's coming from.
With
Yeah.
the same car?
And then I go, and I'm like, oh no. And I go out, look, I'm like, that nobody should be cutting metal at 9:30. And I'm like, I go out my kitchen window, and there they are inside the apartment gated lot.
Wow.
Inside the lot, cutting it at 9:30, and I go out of the window, I'm like, hey!
Nice.
And they just look at me, get in the car, drive away, and I'm like,
Was it the same car?
yes!
It's the same two
It was
dudes.
the same two dudes. Every time. I'm not sure about every time, because I didn't get them on film the first two times.
But you know, so
Did you get their plate?
No, I didn't get their plate. So
Why didn't you finally look?
that was
so
your
I-
opportunity.
You knew it. If they're just doing it
No,
right
no.
in front of you,
So the police say don't approach them.
Jordan,
I'm
don't approach them. Get
I'm
their
not-
plate.
I'm not gonna get shot.
It's
over
the
it.
same car.
No. So now I know it's the same car for sure. Like they've done it twice.
The same two guys went into your
Yes.
your lot to go get your.
Because you could see
converter.
my car from the outside of the lot, and so I had to go yell at them to stop, which was unnerving because I've never had to stop a crime.
I stopped a bear like that once.
Jordan.
And I was just like,
You
oh, no.
realize that could have been enough for them
no,
to want to
please.
shoot you?
No. So I called the police. Police are great. They came right out. They came out like instantly.
Yeah.
And they just missed him. Right? Just missed him.
You could have had their license plate.
Or if you would have called the police and let them finish stealing it, you probably could have caught them.
I probably could have, but I didn't want them to steal it. That's the whole thing. So even though,
But you would have gotten the bad people.
next time. And if you're
Or
if you're listening to this, I'm gonna get you.
It's about to get Home Alone up in here.
Yeah. So we're getting more cameras so I could face from the kitchen window out to where I park inside the lot. I never thought they would be inside. I thought I was safe. I was
Maybe he lives in there.
He doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Jordan checked all the.
I did. Even the police came and scanned the whole area. Like, okay, make sure he didn't just tuck himself away somewhere.
No, but if you already had a camera looking at the lot, did you have a camera
He doesn't.
looking at the lot?
No.
He does
There's
now.
no. Inside the lot, there's like 6 different cameras.
So they have license plates
So
on the cameras.
So I called my landlord and I said, hey, we got to look at these cameras. Police came down, looked at the cameras with me and my landlord. And because it was nighttime and because their lights were on, no plate.
Are you kidding?
You could just see I got make, model, and color for the second time in a row. And I'm like, dang, no plate again. So, yeah, it's a bummer. I'm trying to figure out what to do to really reinforce it. There's a couple different like cat cages, like this cat wrap or cat snake or whatever.
I'm telling you, electricity.
I know, but we're in California and I don't want to get sued for causing harm to a person causing me harm.
That's
I know.
the most infuriating thing ever, that somebody could sue you if they were crawling. Like if you just found a way just to apply electricity to like the cage around your catalytic converter.
Oh, yeah.
And they got hurt touching it,
Mm-hmm.
and they could sue you. That's so stupid.
I know. It's ridiculous. Why were you under there? I was stealing it, but he hurt me.
Yeah, but he hurt me.
Oh. Yeah. So it's ridiculous. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah. Tungsten can't be cut with steel tools.
Yeah, but they could just cut farther away.
That's what they did.
Yeah, they just...
So I had those pins on the sides where
They
they've
just
been
go like,
because I have
oh,
like
okay.
my catalytic converter looks like your belly, Justin. Like there's just so many stitched up points on it of like like okay, it's every time they've done it, it's been another weld on those points.
Because it's harder to cut through the weld,
It
too.
is such a mess down there now that it's just like weld, 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 weld. So now there's 8 weld points. And this
Why didn't you just go
crazy
look at their
cage.
car? All you had to do is walk up there with your phone, get one picture
I can't-
of the license
so
plate.
here's the thing about here's the thing about
you
my
needed one picture.
Here's the thing about my apartment complex. It takes me
Couldn't you go out your front door and look through the gate?
they're gone by then.
But before you yelled.
Oh, no. There was no stopping me from yelling. I was so mad at them. I was just like, it was just a natural reaction.
Yeah.
And they saw me open the window. What they do is I open the window and they honk to let the guy know to get out from underneath the car.
Yeah.
And that was the second time because they honked when my neighbor drove by that third time.
Yeah.
And they go, burp. And I'm like, dang it. So I opened the window. They honked already. They already knew what was going on.
Yeah.
I did not expect to see the criminals that I had been looking for
so soon.
out my window. Yeah, so soon.
Are they bald?
I couldn't see. The police like, hey, did you see what they look like? And I saw a silhouette. Like
Oh.
it was so annoying because they were basically only backlit. I was like, because you're in that like heat and you're just like, I didn't see your face, and you feel like disappointed. It's like, I didn't see anybody.
Well, I think I think all the pins and everything. I think Josiah's idea of the airbags to drop your car just to the ground.
Yep, that's
I
a
don't
good
want-
idea.
See, that kills them. I don't want to kill anybody.
No.
You drop your car to the ground when you park it.
Oh,
And then your car is...
I thought you meant when they were cutting, and I was
It's
like,
just
oh,
sitting on terra firma.
So no. What they do, here's the thing about that. With the Priuses or
But no,
Prii,
if you have it all the way down, they can't even fit a jack under it.
all the way down,
Yeah, that's what...
No,
like,
it's touching the earth.
Yeah, you'll see like the really
because the Priuses,
the really
they
fancy
jack
cars,
up.
the really fancy cars that they have this as a security feature because you have to turn the car on and let it fill the airbags to like lift the car up. But the car is touching the floor. Like there's no way to take anything off of
man.
it. You can't drive it away. You can't anything.
What if I park? Like,
You couldn't jack it up to steal a tire
what if I park over a curb and just like,
and like smush a curb.
no, like, well, it would really smush my car up.
Oh yeah,
I don't expect the.
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it.
But yeah, that's an idea.
I know it's only a lot of these fixes are like more than the catalytic converter itself.
Yeah,
And they don't steal.
Is it illegal to pepper spray somebody that's trying to cause your property harm?
Apparently,
Property, yes. If you're,
you know the guy that was running around Seattle dressed up as a superhero and he'd
No.
beat people up.
No,
what?
Okay,
What?
so sorry. So there was an actual dude that like
like
wore.
trying to be Batman.
So he had a custom-made $10,000, basically it looked kind of like a purple Batman suit.
Cool, I love
purple
it
and
already.
gold. He had like a Laker-colored Batman suit, and he was like, I forget what his superhero
was
name was.
this?
It was an actual MMA fighter.
What?
That had like 13 professional wins, and so when he saw people like starting
was-
to rumble,
He would go and fight crime.
he would go and fight crime, and he had like a pepper spray gun that was basically like a bear cannon, and he pepper sprayed somebody and was charged with assault. So apparently, I mean, it can happen. That,
Like if it's intentional and your life's not at risk, kind of thing.
but it does sound like, because it sounded like he had Kevlar in his suit and everything. It sounded really
man.
cool, and he had a whole bunch of dudes. He had like there was a guy called like Captain Canuck. And that was like his Robin or whatever, and they would just like
Oh, this is so cool.
they would just go around after bars closed and be like, you know, if two people like were starting to shake each other down, or you know, if they
Oh my goodness.
they would hear a woman scream and they would just run towards trouble.
In their whole suits.
in their whole suits.
I
Oh my
love
goodness.
this so much.
When did this happen?
well, he's kind of in prison now.
Why
But-
do good people like that always have to get in trouble?
The point is that there was an actual superhero fighting crime.
And he pepper sprayed somebody.
So
and
really,
he got in trouble.
honestly, the fact that he was like, I'm going to spend $10,000 and he made a real like Kevlar reinforced superhero suit, I'm like, it's really only a matter of time. You know how they have them little like rocket pack forearm things, that the real Iron Man suits and everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me? So all I'm saying is that we need to let technology advance further, and then we're gonna have like real superpowered vigilantes. Like, all them robots and everything that they have now with the little robot dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
All
love
of this
that
is going to
robotic
be
dog.
exoskeletons in like 10 years, and people are going to be punching through walls.
Because what you got to do is basically the Batman way. When the police show up, you disappear.
Oh, you're gone.
You're gone because what you're doing is not okay.
Yeah.
So you fight crime all you want, but when police start showing up, you need to be very gone.
You a ghost.
Yeah.
So hopefully, the superhero version, we'll do a deeper dive on the. I thought you guys knew about the Seattle
No, that's
superhero.
No,
so
I did
good.
not.
We should talk about that more another time because I'm sure we don't have time this time. Not that we need to end right now. I'm just like I'm really sad for Jordan. I think one of the first things you could do is get a.
They even make a motion sensor for down there that you arm and disarm, and if there's like heat motion underneath your car when it's armed, it'll
What does
go
it
off.
do? It like sets off an alarm.
Yeah, like a 130 decibel alarm pointed downwards.
Actually, what you could do is have a wire that runs down, and if the wire's ever broken, you could just have it activate an alarm, but like a really oppressive alarm, like something that's well over 200 decibels.
Oh,
Does 200 decibels even exist?
No,
that's an earthquake.
yeah, that's earthquakes.
That's an
Okay.
earthquake.
Yeah.
That's the Richter scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
So or like the little fireworks factory up in North Ontario.
Oh.
Oof.
That's what 200 decibels look like. That's a pressure wave.
Yeah.
So
I could do something like that,
you
but
should get a.
because I don't think making people deaf is
a dash cam.
a dash cam underneath.
No, just a dash cam like in your car, probably pointing. I guess if you park on the street more, because that's going to be the best spot to bait them with it.
I know. I really want to. I even looked up PIs, like
Yeah.
private investigators, to get them involved and like use my car as bait.
Yeah,
I'm like, you. This is the fourth time.
because they want your car and they want it bad.
They do, and they don't know that I have cameras, right?
Yeah.
So now I saw them the other night, just roaming the neighborhood too.
Did you get their plate then?
No, not me personally, on the camera.
Oh,
I saw them do a drive-by to look if my car was
on-
available.
on your camera.
yeah,
Nice.
and I was like,
See, this is why you need to have a dash
Go
cam.
away.
You need to have a park on the end of the cul-de-sac and point the dash cam down the street. So when they are coming or going, you
but it's night.
and when they get out of their car, you could potentially see a face right there. Like,
probably a mask face, but
I mean, maybe.
yeah,
Maybe
at
they
least I'll
don't
get some
wear masks.
eyes.
Yeah, something. But I think
It's
a
not
dash
even
cam,
a dark area. There's loads of people, and it's not a dark area,
It's just an area not very often traveled.
and it's right off the freeway. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing. It's just like,
And it's not often traveled, and it's very easy to get back to a very populated street and
Yeah.
disappear.
yep.
Yeah, I think dash cam pointed out your driver window would be pretty hot. I think you might get some good footage.
Honestly, I think they just need to have they have a garage opener for the gate.
Mm-hmm.
They need a spike strip that's garage door opener activated. So if somebody sees them, you could just activate the spike strip, and then they're going to stay in there for a
So
while.
here's the bummer.
Oh yeah,
is-
can you damage their car?
No.
Yeah, you can.
Because you can't damage
They're
them.
there to damage cars.
So here's the thing. I can't damage their car. But here's the thing. Our complex was super cool. And they said, when we first moved in, they said, make sure you have your remote on you when you go to leave, because if you leave the complex, there is no sensor in the floor. You know how most complexes have a sensor, so you just come out?
You have to have your
You
button.
have to have your remote to get out. So if anyone was stealing something from a car and jetting out,
How'd they get out?
5 months ago, the fire department came and said, you can't do that anymore.
Oh.
Because I was so pleased. I was like, they're going to get stuck. I didn't know until my landlord told me when I go to pull footage that the fire department said, not allowed.
I mean, that makes sense.
It does make sense. And I was very surprised that they could do that in the first place.
Yeah, they just
knowing
didn't ask.
the, egress laws. But
Maybe what you do is you park your car inside the gate. You set up a camera to alert you or something in your car that doesn't make sound, kind of a silent alarm that triggers your phone or something so you know when they're down there doing it. And then when it happens, you grab your backpack right by your front door that's preloaded with chain and padlocks, and you go just wrap close the exit gate and then call the police. And then just go back in your house and wait for the police to arrive.
I think if I...
Because then you're not hurting anyone.
If I let them do the whole steal and just called them and told them...
They're doing it right now,
This
and I'm
is
not.
where the gate is. That's how fast they showed up last time.
Yeah, and they could just go park right outside the gate and wait.
They are so fast. I even had people trespassing a while ago through our, a different fence. It was just through the wash area. And 3 squad cars just pulled up in the cul-de-sac, pointed at them. I was like, that's good. A little excessive, but that's good.
Yeah, because
the response time is impeccable.
If you go chain the gate closed, then you could go back to your house and yell at them and watch them get in their car and try to scurry away and just go watch the gate open into a chain. And gosh, that'd be so fun. That sounds amazing.
Right, but it only takes them 45 seconds for a catalytic converter.
Oh, so by the time they start, you would have to already be at the
Book
gate.
it.
How far is your house from the gate?
It's a good block and a half.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't get there in time.
Yeah.
You know what? All you need is that one picture of the license plate.
That's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah.
So,
that's why
really,
I think that the dash cam is a good place to start. Something you could do pretty easily and quickly.
Yeah, and just pointed down the road. I haven't thought of cameras in the sewer, pointed up.
No, you just need one pointed towards the entry of the door, the gate.
Yeah.
You just need to point a camera towards the gate.
There's already, I thought there was going to be, I thought the landlord's cameras would be good enough.
Were they 640? They were awful.
I don't know. They weren't great, but I'm so glad they're there because it gave me the same description
So
on
it's the same guy.
visual proof,
Yeah.
not just my own eyes. It gave me
irrefutable evidence that it's this same troll.
this is this car with this rim again with no tint. And I could just see him. The guy who's in the passenger seat, he's just on his phone, just waiting for the gate to open. I'm like, why are you so chill about this?
Because you don't want to be freaking out. You want to blend in.
Yeah.
At that point, he just needs to be a ghost.
Yeah. That's so annoying. All right.
Man, I'm so into this story. Let me
Email
know
us if you have any better ideas.
Yeah, if you have better ideas for how
YDEKcast
to
at
project,
Gmail.
Yeah,
protect Jordan's cat.
I want to hear some Home Alone level ideas.
Yeah.
For
Don't hold back.
protecting.
Even if it involves bodily harm, I want to hear it just for
I definitely
for amusement.
I want to have some.
Let's say if we didn't live in, hypothetically, if we weren't in California.
caltrops and pneumatic cannons. I mean, this is
go wild. Let's hear it.
we just need a chicken gun from MythBusters queued up with an air compressor so that we could just have a 10-inch hole launch a raw chicken at the car.
I think my best idea so far. Here we go. Here it is. You get Kevin McAllister under there with his BB gun.
Absolutely.
So then he's crouching down, and as soon as they poke their head under to start doing that,
hello,
and then bam, right between the eyes.
And he goes, and then he screams, "Yay! That was fun, Jordan.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Congratulations.
I mean, I'm fine.
I hope that you know what. Vegas odds. They're probably going to get you next week. So
I'm surprised if I go out to my car. And
everybody watched Captain America: Falcon Winter Soldier. WandaVision. See you next week.
Bye.
Next week. Nice.